I only trained probably 2 weeks or 3 weeks for this fight. I had to bury my best friend. And I dedicated this fight. I wasn't going to fight. I dedicated this fight to him. I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lennox is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
It's cool that people are seekers. I think that's very interesting that we're seekers, but we have to believe that we're divine and that we learn from our experience, because confidence breeds success and success breeds confidence. They go hand in hand. You can't accomplish anything unless you say, oh, I'm a prick, I could never do that. I'm not born to do that. Only certain people, only white people can do that. I can't do that.
People say I'm an overthinker, but I'm better to be an overthinker than an underthinker. My brain's active and it works, and I'm searching for ways to improve, and there's just something in me that knows I can get better. There's just something in me that keeps on telling myself, like, I'm getting better, I can get better, I can get better. And if I get better, what happens? I beat someone, I win. What happens when I win? I become champion. And it's like that quest for perfection.
You have to explore, examine the insides of yourself. And what do you really want out of life? Your friend, and a lot of people out here, just don't fucking want it. So guess what? Have fun with your life. Go from 3 to 350 to 400 to 450 to 500 because you don't want it. And that's the harsh reality. I can't give you shit. You can't give them shit. I can give you ideas. At the end of the day, when I was losing the weight, I had to miserably wake up every morning in the cold because it was Indiana, November when it started. I was miserable. This is your new life. Take it or leave it. There's no happiness about it. There's no peace behind it.
You have the opportunity of using the blueprint that has been laid down by me.
Yeah.
Like, if you've got nothing to lose, do the me thing.
Yeah.
You know, you have all of the mistakes, all of the failures, and all of the successes. And there was another one where you said, the rarer you are, the rarer the people are who share your perspective. In this way, the greater your success, the fewer people you can share it with. And I was playing with this quote from Alain de Botton from the School of Life for ages, which was, loneliness is a kind of tax you have to pay to atone for a certain complexity of mind. And I'm really not sure, because since I've been in Austin, the complexity of mind thing, that hasn't stopped, but the loneliness changed. And I figured that was a big function of change of environment and maybe like whatever, embracing or acceptance of what was going on.
If life was nothing but green lights and we didn't have yellows and reds, things that make us pause, hardships, crises, times for introspection, then what the hell would it all be for? We need the yellows and the reds. That's how we evolve. That's how hopefully there's some ascension to our being. That's how we give some credit to time and growing older. If we were the same person today that we were 20 years ago, then what the hell are we doing?
The winners that I know in the world do more than they ever thought they needed to do. In other words, they bring a nuclear bomb to a gunfight. When in reality, average people, they expect to have a winner's outcome, but they bring a water pistol to a gunfight. Do you understand the difference? I would rather bring a nuclear bomb to a gunfight than a water pistol to a gunfight. So you're not doing enough. Like, the winners that I know always feel that they're behind. The winners that I know always feel like they should have done more at the end of the day, even though they worked harder than everyone else around them. The winners that I know always feel they're behind, that they should have done more than they did that day, that they could have achieved more, they could have made more, they could have added more value, right? And that is a mindset that you can develop. That is not some kind of innate trait that I have or other people have that you don't have. You can develop that by setting higher standards for yourself.
But also now I look back, priorities change. It's like, I want the W, but I also want the finesse. It's all in here. It's where you are here. If you're still that same fighter in your mind, even though people say you're not as good as you used to be, if you still believe it somewhere in here, you can claw something out of you. And in a fight, when you need to claw that out of you, you'll have it. Especially a fighter like me, where people really want to beat me. They don't just want to win, they want to beat me. Even if you play a Division 2 team, they're going to play like their Premier League team, and they can just pull off an upset, and that's why I have to be on my P's and Q's for this stuff.
Going through adversity, my life is very revolved around competing in Olympias. When I go through adversity now, I'm like, this could be a part of my speech, I tore my lat last year. I'm like, when I win this Olympia and I stand up on stage and I tell people I tore my lat in the middle of this prep, they're like, oh my God. And it's gonna make this story that much cooler. And it's gonna push me beyond to the levels of which I know that I'm capable of accomplishing. It's gonna show me that when something feels impossible, it's not until it's not. I gotta keep pushing through and figuring it out. So the stress is okay to feel in adversity. It's where the stress leads you that you need to avoid. You need to prevent the stress from being strong enough to make you avoid adversity in the first place. If you start to feel stress about adversity, I think diving right into it is like the secret for growth.
Knowing that you put the work in and have the confidence to let it show. What I tell people is just be the best version of yourself in anything that you do. You don't have to live anybody else's story. Sometimes people make it seem like you have to have certain prerequisites or a crazy life story in order to be successful in this world. But the truth is you really don't. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you have or don't have, what you lack, what you have too much of, but all you need to have is faith in God, an undying passion for what you do or what you choose to do in this life, and a relentless drive and the will to do whatever it takes to be successful and whatever you put your mind to. Make sure you live in the moment and work your butt off every single day. And I hope I inspire people all around the world to just be themselves, be humble, and be grateful for all the blessings in your life.
And then one day you'll get to a special part in your life that it might get a little bit better. But to lose the weight you have to lose, my friend, sorry, it's gonna suck every fucking day. Because in 300 pounds, you're gonna go out to lose weight, how to get injured. So then you gotta work on the injury, and then you get even more depressed. This is what I went through. And then you're hungry, because now you're depressed. It's just a vicious cycle. And if you're not strong mentally, and you have no willpower, you're gonna continue falling back in this hole versus the man that sits back and goes, all right, motherfucker. This is why I cuss, because this is what is in me. This is what it took for me to be me.
So who am I? I might become a Buddhist in the next 10 years, and my whole perspective on life might change. So who am I is a hard thing to say, because you're always subject to change in your life. And at that stage in my life, just F everyone.
Yeah.
I'm just tired, been through a lot. Yeah, I don't get the respect. I felt like I didn't get the respect. I felt like I fought a lot of fighters at the time, and it wasn't about money, it was about the pride and winning. And I've lost, and it's like, well, you're not good. And it's like, well, of course, if you fight the best over and over again, you might come up against it. But like, forget all that stuff. It's just about the money. Yeah, what are you doing it for? You're still passionate? Yeah, but I want to get paid. And at that stage in my career, that's what it was. And then after the fight, it's done. Everyone gets paid, and it's like, well, what is it about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
What is it now? If I was to ask you that question now.
It's because I have a passion to keep on improving.
The problem is that your mom and dad and school teachers and everybody around you has conditioned you and indoctrinated you in becoming average and accepting average and just doing what the Joneses do, what the neighbors do to keep up with the Joneses. So they have 2 cars, you have 2 cars, they have a little shit box of a house, you have a shit box of a house, they're always in debt and they're 2 paychecks away from going broke. So you're always in debt, 2 paychecks away from going broke. That's the extent of it. Like, that is what you're encouraged to do by mom and dad and grandparents, aunts, uncles, school teachers. They don't want you to change. They don't want you to transcend. They don't want you to become the best version of yourself. Because if you do, that is threatening to them. That is scary to them. So what else do you need to know? Well, you could either do the work today to become your highest version tomorrow, or tomorrow you can feel a lifelong of regret.
I like to be one step ahead when it comes to seeing the game and to understanding what's going on and being observant. And if I can, train my mind to be there and to be sharp, and to really push me to that next level, then I think that's as important as, being physically ready as well. That means when everything's in sync and when I'm confident, the sky's the limit for what I'm able to accomplish.
This is real. And every day, I'm set back. So this is what I would tell your boy. This is exactly what I tell him. Every day you wake up, you're gonna probably be set back for the first 4 weeks before you lose to significant weight because of the mind is gonna be fucking with you the whole time. There's no dopamine. There's no dopamine in there at 300 pounds. You got nothing. Your hormones are shot. You have to envision something that is more powerful than you. Something has to get you out of bed. And you have to create it. It has to be false. Because you're not it. You're a fat piece of shit. And that's the reality of it. So you have to create a false reality to live in that just to get to work on yourself. That's the reality.
I wanted to run, I couldn't. I looked at her, I said, hey, you won. I couldn't chase her. And I stopped, I went, what are you doing? I just couldn't. I'm not even joking, Stephen. She ran, and I just couldn't move. What are you doing? That's when I knew I couldn't handle pain anymore. Because this is what it is. People forget about anything that you can think of. You need to love pain to be an athlete. And I know, no pain, no this, whatever, all the, oh my, no, this is real. You need to love pain. However, mentally, physically, love it. You need to love it. If not, stay away.
That's a given. The people who know that they were meant for more and didn't go for more end up with a lifelong state of regret. And the reason for that is because they didn't want to hurt the people around them. They didn't want to hurt family members. They didn't want to feel like they're missing out on birthdays and weddings and funerals. But instead, they gave in to the life of average just so they can blend in and not stand out. And years later, they regret not doing the things that they could have done to become a winner.
I think sometimes God doesn't like me because he knows I can't handle this shit. No, I'm serious. He knows I can't handle this shit. Now I got a label on me. I'm the best fighter. I have to conduct myself in a certain way. You have to be the champion before you become the champion, so that means lifestyle. You have to be him before you become him. You gotta be him before you become him. You have to live his lifestyle.
The lifestyle of a champion.
Of the champion, you look at the champion. That's how it starts. You look at somebody, I want to be like him. You don't say, hey, I'm a bad motherfucker. I want to fight everybody out here. Nobody's going to kick my ass. You see somebody and say, hey, I might want to do that. Absolutely. And then I had Cuss over there telling me why should he have it? That's one thing I never had in my life. Because I always got picked on and I never had jealousy or enviness about anything. And Cuss possessed that. And he was telling me, why should he have all that money and you don't? Why do you believe that he's better than you? Why do you think he should have all that money and you don't? And he was really serious about it. And that's with the competition shit.
Well, greatness is when you make your delusions your reality. Okay. Something that's just totally unbelievable to the human imagination. And you make it your slave. Nothing's impossible for somebody who's going to try. If you're going to try, it's capable of being done. You have to live the lifestyle of a fighter. You have to, isolation. That's what people really don't really dig. When you're 100 miles away from New York City and you're near the woods and you hear coyotes and all that crap, it's not fun then. But that's discipline. Discipline to do what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it.
I fly home tomorrow.
Is that what you want to do? You come all this way, have one bad day, and you're ready to back down?
know about that. Suck.
You love this game? I mean, love it with your whole heart. Because if you don't, let's not even bother. Let's not open that door. They're just gonna slam it right in our face. I love this game. I live this game. And there's 1,000 other guys waiting in the wings who are obsessed with this game. Obsession's gonna be talent every time. You got all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed? Is it all you ever think about? Let's face it, it's you against you out there. When you walk on that court, you have to think, I am the best guy out there. I don't care if LeBron's playing. So let me ask you again. Do you love this game?
Yes.
Is there a newborn kitten purring in here right now? I couldn't hear you. Do you want to be in the NBA? Yes! Well, let's make that happen. Never back down.
But it happened at an appointed time. I just never gave up the faith. I kept going because I didn't know how to quit. Because I know if I quit, it cannot happen. But if you stay with it, like this dude's story right here, if you stay with it, you have no idea what can happen for you. But you gotta stay with it, man. You can't quit because it get hard. This dude that lost his legs, he's still funky with it. You can't quit because you got your leg. What you tripping for? You're punk. I mean, well, sorry. You can't quit, man. You got to stay with it. There's somebody having it way harder than you, and they didn't give up. That's inspiration. This dude is inspiration, man.
I cannot stress this enough. The more you put into anything in life, the more you're going to get out. Now, for whatever reason, people understand this. And they understand that the more you put into building a business, the more you're going to get out of it. The more hours you spend working on anything, the more you are going to get out. Work pays. Now, for whatever reason, when it comes to bodybuilding, and only bodybuilding, everybody has this mentality that you can do too much.
Wow, what I've learned is to always keep going, always. You know, there's been times, particularly early in my career, where it just feels like this is the end. But what I've come to find out is that, you know, no matter what happens, the storm eventually ends. And when the storm does end, you want to make sure that you're ready. And so I've really learned to put one foot in front of the other, good, bad, or indifferent, because eventually that storm passes.
You said you could take me down 100 times out of 100 times, right? And that's what you're gonna do, right? I challenge you to get me down 5 times in that 5-round fight. You won't be able to do that. Maybe you will get me down once. I believe in my whole heart that I'll get you down too. But the difference is, when I get you down, your face will open up. There is nothing you can do to stop me from coming at you round after round with the most malicious techniques I know. You will lose this fight, Daniel Cormier. I want you to believe it. Every ounce of training you put in leading up to this fight will be a waste of your life.
I trained chess for 3 hours today, and I'll get 50% of the people will say, oh, that's too long. You can't train for 3 hours. That's counterproductive. It fucking drives me crazy, this mentality that somebody somewhere at one time said you can overtrain a muscle, and if you overtrain a muscle, it's gonna shrink. So I guess people are gonna believe this for the rest of their fucking lives, that you can overtrain a muscle.
Boy, I can tell bad times are right around the corner again. I can tell by all the emails I'm getting talking about I can't get a break in life. I hate that damn mentality, but I can't get a break. You aren't given any breaks in life. You make them for yourself. We are all being tested in life. While my test is different than yours, you will be tested. And how you face that test and how you overcome that test determines the rest of your life. The one mentality that you must have in life is that regardless of what's in front of you, you still must grind. I'll never be in the Olympics. I'll never be a professional athlete, but still I grind. I fail at most things I do, but still I grind. I don't want to do half the shit I do, but still I grind. And that one day you see me down a dark alley run at 1 o'clock in the morning, know one thing. I was grinding. Stay hard.
Around 2010, 2011, I went through this huge spiritual thing where I became obsessed with the power of the mind. And I got into it deep, like really deep, just meditation, visualization, and just realizing how powerful our minds actually are, like how we really do paint our world with our thoughts and our level of self-belief. And so right around 2010, I just took myself to this different mental level where I took myself from being an average Joe, kind of, you probably hate.
Do me a favor and just try it. Fucking try it. Give it a try. Train chess for 3 fucking hours. Do it every week for 3 hours for 2 or 3 months straight. And I fucking guarantee you, your chest is not gonna diminish and shrink away and turn into nothing. It will only get bigger and stronger. And instead of arguing the fact, try the shit. Try it. Give it a try. Don't take everybody's word for everything. Don't read something and believe that shit. Try it out for yourself. Find out if it works or it doesn't work.
5% does not only have to do with bodybuilding and the outer shell. For me, it has to do more with business, success, and being the best I can be as far as my career goes. Success to me is the most important thing in my life. You know, I love bodybuilding. I love looking good. I love feeling good about myself. I love looking in the mirror and being happy with the way I look. But you know, there's a lot more to us than the outside shell. Success is my #1 goal. If you spent as much time building a business as you did getting ready for a bodybuilding contest, you would probably have an incredibly successful business. Bodybuilding is a great sport. It's fun. Bikini, figure, physique, all of that. I love it. And it's great. Everybody thinks chasing the trophy is going to make them successful, make them rich, you know, make them fulfill their dreams. And most people chasing the trophy end up broke with nothing in the end to show for it. And that's the goddamn truth. Basically, be a 5%er, well-rounded and diverse in your entire life. That's my message to you today.
Yeah, 100%. You know, I can't allow my past to hold weight over me. You gotta forgive yourself for mishaps in life, and you gotta move forward. You can't hold yourself in prisons, and you can't allow anybody else to hold yourself in prisons. If people are talking about things I did 5 years ago, that means I'm doing something right.
Right. Was that always the case, or was that just a part of your maturation process where you started to say, I need to start letting go of the past?
Yeah, it wasn't always the case. You know, it's taken a while for me to be able to be comfortable with some of the mistakes I've made and things like that. But I'm grateful that I am at a place where I'm comfortable with who I am, comfortable in my own skin, and you know, there's no good without the bad. You know, so yeah, so I'm grateful, and I just feel good.
5% mentality basically is a person that's willing to do whatever it takes to reach his goals. And that is basically anything in life. We're not talking about just working out. There's much more to life than working out. We're talking about business, success, education, you know, bettering yourself in every way and willing to do whatever it takes. I've talked to a lot of bodybuilders, and I've explained that if we were able to take what we learned from bodybuilding and all the effort and energy we put into, say, preparing for a contest, and we could take that and put that into something else, it would be amazing, the results. You know, you spend 3 to 6 months preparing for a show. Think about what you put into that show from beginning to end. If you were to take and put that much effort into building a business, you would definitely have a successful business that could last you a lifetime.
Anybody that follows me knows one thing. I should be a fat guy. So I get all these fucking emails about how people want to lose weight. I want to lose 50 pounds, God, in 3 months. How do I do it? My response to them is, what have you done so far? I know the answer. The answer is nothing. I know you didn't wake up one morning and decide to fucking damn email me to see what you can do. You woke up for days and weeks and months. Not like when you saw in the mirror. Going out for a little run. Feeling your
Get damn fat. Jiggle and shit. If you want something, everything out there is free to you. Google the motherfucker.
That has helped me get to the point that I am now, and something that you can take with you is studying. You know, a lot of athletics is not just a physical thing. You know, I try to study my competition. I try to study nutrition. I try to study other great athletes, guys who've done great things in the past, and try to model, you know, myself after them. So I'm big on the mental game when it comes to being an athlete, sports psychology and things like that. So really focusing on the mind, not only the body, is important. I think nutrition is extremely important. I take a lot of protein down. I stay hydrated constantly. And I'm very aware of what I'm putting in my body. I think what you put in is what you get out. And it took me a long time to realize that. But, you know, since I've taken nutrition a lot more serious, I see much greater results in my training, my mental attitude, my alertness, everything. I mean, it's a direct relationship.
I will not be defeated. I will not be destroyed. I will take everything that happens in my life and I will allow the pain to push me to greatness. You will not break me. You will not stop me. You will not defeat me. The only way I lose is if I quit. It's going to be a dogfight. And so if you're ready to quit, then don't get started. If you're ready to quit, don't get started. If you're looking for this easy path, don't get started. If you think they're not going to close the door on you and say no 1,000,000 times, don't get started. But every time they close the door, I just get excited. Why? Because I am not a no. I'm one yes away. I'm one yes away. You can't keep telling me no forever. You can't keep denying me forever. This type of energy, this type of passion, you can't stop it. You can contain it for a while, but you cannot stop. This is life. And you can't defeat me. There is not, you don't have enough power. You don't have enough energy. You don't have enough strength to stop this. Contain it for a year, you might.
Motherfuckers want to know where Goggins has been. I've been in that mental lab. See, there's all kind of months. Some folks got Sober October. They get all kind of shit for people go through trying to better themselves. I got fuck you every day. Get after it every day mentality. That said, when you push that hard, you go to the well. Well, my well was fucking empty. The cookie jar in there had stale moldy cookies. They weren't working no more. So I had to find something else. Had to get that conqueror's mindset back. Where I just don't give a shit about anything. Just fucking grind. A lot of people out there talk about they're missing something in their lives. And they don't know what the fuck it is. You don't know what it is because you live in a soft environment 24/7.
I have came across many individuals in my life that are strong as fuck and look incredible without the use of steroids. You can get as big as you fucking want. When you're on a cycle, put 2 plates on and squat 30 reps. Full reps, all the way down, non-stop, boom, 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 boom. Being natural, you're gonna get a lot better results. Lifting heavy, getting stronger, tearing the muscles down, and letting them rebuild. That is where the pain sets in, to be able to go through that pain barrier and keep going and fight the pain. There's a lot of people out there who constantly say, oh, that's impossible. Oh, there's no way this, there's no way that. Blah, 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 blah. And that's just a complete negative mindset.
We have so many tools to put in our arsenal to strengthen our minds, to put those calluses on our minds for when we need them. So one of those great tools, positive self-talk. Positive self-talk works well, but you gotta put the work behind it. It's gotta be the truth. Positive self-talk has to be the truth. So let's say you're taking a test, hard test in college, but you haven't studied, but you have a positive mindset, and you have positive self-talk going into it. Chances are, you're gonna fail that test. Positive self-talk doesn't work unless you put the work behind it. It's only bullshit
Put the work behind your positive self-talk.
You know, winning a trophy, possibly winning a trophy. And after that trophy is won, it's basically done, it's over. And, you know, let's move on to the next contest. Now, business lasts forever. So basically, I just like to tell people that there's so much in life and there's so many things to accomplish, and to think outside the box and be willing to do whatever it takes in every aspect to be the best you can be, and have that 5% mentality to where every day you're working harder and harder to accomplish those goals, whatever they may be. Accomplishing stuff in life is what makes us live, what makes us feel good about ourselves, what keeps us pushing towards everything.
I get a lot of questions, people asking me for help. So I asked them, what have you done to help yourself? Most of them say, I've been working hard. I'm all about being your own fucking hero, but I'm not about kissing your ass. In life, a lot of us believe that we're working much harder than we actually are. We think if we fucking got up early for 4 days, we've earned something. You gotta drop your entitled mindset. It's dead weight. We believe we work harder than we actually have. Trust me, most of us haven't. The one thing in life you gotta realize is this: learn to help yourself. Don't count on other people to help you. Stay hard.
Think strategic all the time. Now that you know what you're trying to achieve, ask yourself this question. Ask yourself this question before any action or any inaction. Ask yourself this question. What I am doing, what I am about to do, is it going to help me get where I am going? Is this action going to make me stronger or weaker? Is this action going to make me smarter or more skilled? Will this action move me toward the strategic long-term goals I am trying to achieve in my life? And do not lie to yourself. Don't rationalize. Don't negotiate. You have to tell yourself the truth.
If the lion is the king of the jungle, how can he be the king of the jungle? If he's not the biggest, the elephant is probably one of the biggest. He can't be the fastest because that's a cheetah. He can't be the smartest. So he's not the biggest, the fastest, or the smartest. So how does a lion become the king of the jungle? His mentality. That's the only difference of a lion and an elephant. When a lion walks up and sees an elephant, he thinks lunch. An elephant thinks run. And it's all mentality. Because when a male lion walks up, he may be outnumbered by a pack of hyenas, but I'm king of my jungle because of my mentality.
Let's approach our goals this year with a different mindset, a surgical mindset. When I was in elementary, our science teacher had us get a glass and put in the sink. He said, before you go to bed, turn the faucet on so this one drip gets into that cup. And by the time you wake up, it'll be full of water. He was teaching us about volume. I didn't learn shit about volume that day. I learned about patience. All I wanted to do was turn that fucking faucet on and fill that glass up. But that's not how our goals go. Our goals don't go fast like that. They go like that drip of water. But what I took from it is this. That drip of water was building that endurance in your mind. That drip of water was building that calluses in your mind. And that's what we need to have. This is a slow process.
One of the biggest reasons why I become champion, I think this is about my mental part. How I can control my emotional, you know. I think I can control anything. Anything happen with me in the world, I can control this. I can handle this, you know. And I know like a lot of people, like I remember when I was supposed to fight with him, like coach tell me, hey, you have to focus, you know, it's like, and I was like, coach, hey, I'm focused. You say, oh, you call home, you call friends. I said, no, I'm good. This is normal for me. You suppose after like 30 minutes, your biggest fight in your life, biggest fight in UFC history become. You call your friends on phone, like I said, coach, please don't worry. Everything is good. I'm good. I'm relaxed. And when time comes, I'm gonna show you.
You're gonna show up to play, and you're gonna lollygag through this scrimmage, through this drill. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to let you know I beat you. I'm gonna want you to reconsider your professional life choice. People will say, okay, that doesn't make a great teammate. Well, I'm not here to be a great teammate. I'm here to help you win championships. And they were really good about identifying that and bringing players in here that had that competitive streak and, you know, getting rid of the ones that did not. If I got to fight to get you in the gym, that's a problem. That's a problem. You want players that are gym rats, players that want to be in the gym, that want to work. And then from there, you build on top of that. But if you're lazy, man, I don't want to talk to you. I won't deal with you. You don't make me feel dumber.
I believed for that last time, 19 miles, I was indestructible. Because I took myself in that chair, crapping up my back, peeing blood down my leg, shin splints, stress fractures. I use all that for motivation versus negativity. I use it for motivation. I said to myself, who on this fucking earth would still be going right now? You are. You are. You gotta be the hardest motherfucker on the planet. Is it true? I don't give a fuck. At that time, it got me to the finish line of that fucking race. I believed it. I believe it today. I believed it enough to where my body said, he's not gonna stop.
You should be a monster. You should be ruthlessly ambitious and then learn how to control it. And it's that old expression, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. It's an old expression, but it makes sense because it doesn't mean that you can't be kind if you're strong, but it does mean you can't be strong if you're weak.
How bad do you want this? If it's as bad as you want to live or breathe or sleep, whatever the hell it may be, I can work with you. But a lot of people, most people don't want it that badly, which is why they always ask the question, man, how did you get to where you are? You know how to do it. You know exactly how to be you or how to be me. You don't want to do it. So I can't make you do it, and nor do I have the time or energy to force you into that place that I know you have to be to do it. There's no luck in this game, man. It may be a little bit of luck, but the luck happens after you bust your ass and you put yourself in that lucky situation. Luck doesn't happen. You put yourself in that situation where luck might happen. And that's what people don't know. But to get there, luck ain't gonna happen. You have to put yourself in that situation, man. It takes a lot of work.
There's human beings that have different temperament and different minds and different mentality and a ruthless competitive drive that's almost terrifying to the ordinary person. That guy, if we were living 1,000 years ago, he would be on a horse with the biggest battle axe waiting in the back, hacking heads off, and everybody would be running. And those people have always existed. These dominators have always existed.
When I fought Stephen Bonner is when I really dug into the power of the mind and how important it is to look at yourself in a high regard and to believe that first you can. And yeah, that's when I started to fly.
Everything in life comes down to this. I'm telling you right now, no matter how hard you train, how hard you go out there and run and swim and lift weights, it always comes down to this. We all want to be loved, cared for, appreciated. And when we're not, it becomes a poison in our fucking minds. It starts to really infect us like a damn cancer. I work with this one athlete, and every day he'd wake up, look at Instagram, look everywhere. They were always hating on him, wanting him to lose, picking him to lose. And it started to bother him. And before the big day, he came to me and goes, hey man, Goggins, I can't get this shit out of my fucking head, man. All these people want to take your fucking heart. Not only are you going against this opponent, you're going against all of these haters. You need to know one thing, you have the opportunity to take every motherfucker's soul. Stay hard.
And I taught myself how to believe in myself and how to think that I was greater than just this kid that was a dropout who, never really had great grades, never really was the starter, never was the captain of a team. I was just always kind of this average person, and overnight I taught myself that I could be great and change myself forever. And I'm forever grateful. I'm never going back. But I just feel it in my whole being that I'm the best fighter on the planet. And now my job is just to prove it.
We're telling people the truth. A lot of people come up to me talking about their loved ones gaining weight, their loved ones being depressed, etc. So many things that they're telling me, but they're not willing to tell them. So we walk around all the time, allowing our family members, our loved ones, to be depressed, to be fat. So we'd rather see them having diabetes, having depressed mindsets so they can't find their best selves. We're willing to live with that. We're worried about them being upset with us. Let me tell you this. I'd rather someone hate me and get better than like me and stay the same. So in life, you got a decision to make. Don't have these sidebar conversations behind people's backs. Make sure you tell them that they can get better, that they can do better, and there's a way of doing it.
People out there, they're gonna say, oh, well, you're taking steroids. They're not bullshit. Believe me, the more you put into anything, the more you're gonna get out. The longer you train, the more you eat, the more you sleep, the better results you're gonna get. If I'm eating 12 meals a day, I'm training 3 hours a day, and I'm sleeping 10 hours a day, I'm gonna get better fucking results than the guy that's training an hour a day, eating 6 meals a day, and sleeping 6 hours a day. It doesn't take a fucking scientist to fucking logically understand what I'm saying. The more you put in, the more you get out. So stop fucking making excuses. Get out there and do whatever the fuck it takes to reach your fucking goals. Jesus Christ.